What's going on?
Great.
How are you?
Coach, a trip to Central Missouri on Saturday. As you look at the Mules, what kind of stands out about this football team?
Well, they're a good football team. I think that their record does not show how good they are. They're playing really well right now. If you look at the games they've lost, if you look at their opponents at the beginning of the year, I think their combined record is 17-6. They dominated Northeastern Oklahoma State last week, and it looked like a typical Central Missouri football team where offensively they're putting up points, and I think they got the quarterback right now is playing really well. They made a change there, and I think that's paid huge dividends for them. And then, defensively they just give you different looks, just a lot of different things that you got to be prepared for.
Where do you feel like the make or break point, or what is it going to take from your team to win this game Saturday?
Well, I mean, we need to play. I mean, if you look at us the past 5 weeks, we have played, I think, well, and I think one of the biggest things for us has been protecting the football. That's been huge for us, and has given us opportunities to win games that we've lost. And then if you look at last week, we got 5 turnovers and we didn't turn the ball over. So ball security is going to be huge, and we're going to have to make sure we're ready to play. We're going on the road after a big win this past week at our place against our rivals. So our guys need to show maturity and be ready to play.
Ladies?
Hey, Coach Higgins, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm good.
Good.
So you guys have played a lot of close games. Do you think that this game is going to be another one of those?
Man, I don't know. Like, we have played a lot of close games. That's why I got all this gray hair. I mean, yes, I do. It's going to be a battle. It definitely going to be a battle. It always is when we go there. Like they're the defending MIAA champs, so I know that Coach Sabota does a great job there. I know their players will be ready to play. Like I said, they had a dominant performance last week, and I'm sure, and then the week before they lost basically right there at the end of the game against one of the top teams in the MIAA. So it's going to be, I'm sure it's going to be another close one.
Yeah, and you mentioned that you guys have you got 5 turnovers last week. How are you guys just making sure that you're able to create those turnovers again this weekend?
Well, that's it's one that we concentrate on it, I guess, in practice from a defensive standpoint, guys trying to rake the ball out. And then offensively, we do ball security drills every day, and I think it's just our players getting a habit of locking the ball up, keeping their wrist above their elbow and keeping it up into their body, and we do that with all our skill guys, and then we just don't talk about it much, to be quite honest with you, So no more questions about turnovers. Yeah, it's huge. Corey does such a great job for us. He's such a vital part of our offense. He works so hard, and he wants to be he wants to be the best that he possibly can be, and he puts the work in. And I know, and he didn't get to play much in 19 because he was hurt. So it's definitely, and he looks so much better, as far as I feel like he's really healthy right now. He looks explosive. And he's making plays for us. So it was great to get him back.
All right, that's all for me. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Hey, Coach.
How are you doing?
How are you doing?
Good.
Good, thank you. Hey, I'm wondering, I know you guys dropped a couple, but how big was getting that Washburn win in terms of confidence for your team?
Yeah, it was huge. We were on a 2-game skid, and losing those games the way we did, of course the Missouri Western one was very difficult when you're up 28-7. And then Pitt, we would fall behind, come back, fall behind, come back. It was kind of back and forth. We never took the lead, but I thought our players played really well. And I think, and that was one of the things I was worried about going into last week was how our guys were going to respond, and it was great. It was great to get the feeling of winning again. It got a little bit closer there at the end than we wanted it to, but Washburn's a very good football team. It was good for our players. It was good for our coaches. Coaching staff did a great job putting in a game plan, and then our fans. And it was nice to be back in front of our fans. I feel like we're on our 6th game right now, and it'll be, after we're done with this game, it'll be 4 out of the first 6, of course, on the road. And last week was our first day game, so that was a little bit different. And I was a little bit worried about the schedule affecting our players, just because that's what head coaches do. They worry about things, that maybe some people think are kind of stupid to worry about. But I worried about that, and our kids responded really well.
I know going into the Turnpike Tussle week, you were calling on the fans to turn out for
Yeah.
game. How happy were you with Hornets?
Yeah, I was pleased. I was pleased. I wish it had been a little bit bigger, but hey, the weather wasn't the best. Believe me, I didn't know it was going to. It basically just kind of rained for 4 quarters, and it wasn't anything that was horribly bad. But it's just a constant. It was just constant. So I thought we had a great turnout. And I thought our student section was awesome, and they were loud when they needed to be. And usually when you play your rival and it's Washburn, people are going to show up.
Awesome. Thanks, Coach.
You bet. Thank you.
Good.
All right. See you. See you, Greg.
Thanks, Coach. Tomorrow, Jaedon, you guys have Central Missouri coming up on Saturday. You checked them out on film. What stands out about this offense?
This offense is a big play offense. Not much is different from what we have seen from them in the past. They do a lot of the same things, but they are very good at what they do. They are, like I said, looking for the big plays. They have some great receivers who can catch the ball and make plays. Looks like they're figuring out the quarterback position, which he is doing. He's doing a good job. Or at least the offense overall, put up over 500 yards of offense. So they have things clicking, and it's another challenge for the defense. But yeah, it's gonna be a good one. They're a good team.
You've had some challenges with big plays, in particular Missouri Western and even Pittsburgh State with some big plays. What is it you guys have to do better Saturday afternoon in trying to limit those big plays?
Yes, it's just when the ball's in the air, speaking from a DB position, when the ball's in the air, it has to be ours, or we have to make the play. 2 athletes on the field, 1 ball, we have to come up with the play regardless of what we have to do to get it out. That's been the problem. It's been recently. The other team is making the plays, and now we just have to change it where we have to make the play.
Well, last week you made some plays. Does that give you a little bit of confidence going into this week?
Yes, and we've known that we can make the plays. We've known we can do it. We have a couple of either new guys, young guys in the secondary who are playing in this conference, and them adjusting to the game. I think they're doing a great job. We know the talent that we have in that room, and now it's just being confident in your ability to play and just making that play when it comes to you.
Good. Lane?
Hey, Jaedon, how's it going?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. So you mentioned that the UCM offense is similar to what you've seen before, where they do the same things. What are some of those things that you're expecting from them this weekend?
Like I said, it's the big plays. They're wanting to get the receivers one-on-one on a deep ball, whether it be a deep post, a fade. They do a lot of things to trick your eyes, a lot of motions, and to really test your discipline on defense. And with all their motions, if you become undisciplined for one play, that's how they get the big play.
And what are you personally just looking to do at this weekend to make sure that they don't get those big plays?
Just making sure that we are all on the same page in the secondary and all 11 on the field at that time. If they come out with something crazy and, if we're all wrong at the same time, we're all right. So making sure we're all on the same page, doing what we have to do, communicating in the back end, and just making those plays when it comes to us.
And with the newer guys or younger guys in the secondary, how do you feel you're all meshing together as a unit?
Every week we have seen improvement. Everyone is getting better, from the rookies to the vets. We're working on our 1% every single day, and it's combining as a defense, as a group, as a team. And I think they are understanding the game more, which helps them play faster, helps them will make those plays when it comes. So I think they're doing a fantastic job, and it'll help us in the end.
And Missouri's or Central Missouri's receivers specifically, what have you noticed about them?
They like the deep ball. They like to make the play. When they catch it, they want to score. Wherever they're out on the field, they want to make you miss. They want to score 6 points for the team. They know that they are in charge of making the big plays. So they're going to do what they have to do to get that done.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, Jaedon.
Hello.
Coming off a 2-game losing skid going into last weekend, obviously a big rivalry win for you guys. How big was that for your confidence?
Very big. We knew that Washburn was the #1 offense, in the MIAA in multiple categories, and also a top 10 in the nation. So we knew that defense would have a big challenge ahead of us, and being able to go out there and to do what we needed to do and get that win, it gives us huge confidence moving forward. We knew that we were able to do it. Fortunately, we only did it for 3 quarters, and now we have to do it for 4 quarters this week.
Yeah, not a lot of teams have been able to slow down that Washburn offense. What were you guys able to do to kind of stump it as it took 3 quarters?
Well, Washburn is a very physical offense, and we knew that we had to come out and be even more physical, stay calm, understand what our assignments was, don't get too big in the moment, just do your 1/11th on the team, on the defense, and when you do that, everything will work out.
You good?
Last one for me, 4 of 6 games to start on the road. What kind of challenges does that present for you guys, and how have you embraced them?
Yeah, it's hard, and then my AA going on the road, it's hard, just like any other conference, but it gives us another challenge to face, and it really sees what your team is about, the camaraderie that you have with the team, and everyone who's traveling, all 65 guys, we know that we have each other's backs. And our support, our fans, they travel to the games too, and it's awesome that we will always have fans wherever we go. So, thank you.
Good, Jerry. Canaan, for you, you're 4 games into the season. Are you starting to feel more comfortable with this offense? Are you starting to feel like it's more reactive for you now or more instinctive than reactive?
Oh, absolutely. Just like anything else when it comes to football, it comes with reps. So, this being my 4th game, finally having enough reps to, feel comfortable, yes, it's really been big.
Coming off last week's game, how would you rate your performance against Washburn?
I would say about a 7 out of 10. I'm still, coming back from off that injury. With a soft tissue injury, it takes a little while for it to fully get back to 100% and fully, trust it. So, I would definitely say a 7 out of 10. Was not my best performance and will not be my best performance this season.
You have Central Missouri coming up on Saturday. You've watched them on film. What kind of stands out about this defense?
They're really physical up front, really big up front, and they do a lot of different things in the secondary. A lot of different coverages, disguising things, so that might give us some trouble. But we have to, come to practice today, be locked in, and, work those things out.
And for you, for Saturday, what's the mentality? What's the focus you need to take into this game?
I mean, just like every other game, we have to execute, and play with speed.
All right, ladies.
There we go. Didn't want to unmute me for some reason. Hey, how's it going?
Hey, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. So, obviously last week offense was firing for you guys. Just what do you think is going to be the key to keep that momentum going this weekend?
We just have to have a good week of practice every week. I think, that's going to be the biggest thing. When it comes to offense, it's all about timing and, that chemistry between receiver, quarterback, and running back and offensive line. So, we have to be extremely locked in practice and extremely, detail-oriented. So.
And what have you noticed from the UCM defense so far?
Like I just told him, they're really physical up front, really big up front. So, we're going to have to, as running backs, be patient, let things work out up front. And in the back end, they show us a lot of different looks, a lot of different coverages. So, we're going to have to be disciplined and find our spots.
How do you think your O-line is going to match up with their defensive line?
I think we'll match up just fine with their defensive line. I'll take my guys against anybody in this conference. And, I'll stand on that any day of the week. So, I don't think we'll have any problems with their D-line.
Awesome. Thank you.
Hey, Canaan, so 20 carries for you through the first 3 games. You had 21 against Washburn. How comfortable do you feel carrying that, increased workload as we enter the back half of the season here?
I feel extremely comfortable, carrying that workload. I'm running back like myself. I'm a more physical runner, so I honestly think I do better with more carries. Wearing down the defense and really, making them, make some business decisions in the fourth quarter.
I talked to Coach about how, you had lost 2 games by a narrow margin going into that rivalry game. How big was it confidence-wise to pick up a win last weekend?
Oh, it was extremely big confidence-wise, just to show ourselves that, we can win football games. We can win tight football games against good teams. And, that's what we're going to have to do to, really be competitive in this conference. So that was extremely huge to get that win last weekend.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank y'all.
All right.
Appreciate it.